Hello, team. Welcome to our weekly sales meeting. I hope everybody's having a great start to the week. We've got a great lineup here that I'm excited to introduce. I'm going to get started. I really want to talk about, being the CEO of your business. One of the biggest learning lessons I've had at UMortgage, and obviously I've led companies in the past, but never a company with this many team members doing this many things at this level of scale. And one of the biggest things I've learned is you have to be the CEO of your business. And yes, the title is one thing, but it's also a mindset of understanding that it's not good enough for you not to have a leader or somebody doing something within your business and it get done the way that you want to do it. If you don't have an amazing HR leader, if you don't have an amazing technology leader, if you don't have an amazing sales leader, wherever those gaps are, it's your job to fix. It's your job to make up the difference, okay? It's not good enough to say, I don't have that, okay? That's not the way it works. So a lot of times I'll talk to real estate agents, I'll talk to loan officers, and I had a lot of these conversations this past week where, people are talking about, well, I'm getting tied up in the transactions. I'm really, I'm focusing a lot on, my team, blah, blah, blah. And again, that's great, but you still have to prospect. You still have to market. You still have to go do the things you have to do to win business. It's not your business. Like if you neglect those things, your business is going to fail. Your business is going to have setbacks. You have to make up for it. So how you manage your time, how you coach your team members, how you coach your peers, how you interact with everybody that's involved in your relationship, it comes down to you. It's your job to articulate the vision. It's not going to say, hey, listen, I'm a loan officer at UMortgage. That's not the game, guys. Doesn't matter what company you work at. As a loan originator, it's your business. That's just the way it is. Like we're in sales, you're the entrepreneur. And we need to be in a position where we leverage the resources and we make sure that we are having the conversations to align our vision, your vision as CEO of your business, with what's happening in real life. So if that means, hey, listen, I'm having an issue with somebody like in operations. Hey, listen, the game here isn't like, I'm going to call Anthony and we're going to talk about it. I'm happy to have that conversation. But here's the deal, guys, is when I have an issue, if I have an issue at UWM or Windsor, I'm not sitting there saying, hey, Chris Vincent, we got a problem. Hey, Matt Ishbia, we got a problem. Like we have a conversation with the contributor. We have a conversation with the person that we are interacting with. Hey, Mr. Underwriter, this is the feedback I want to help you with. I want to give you some guidance. Like this is our vision for our client experience and this is what's happening. We need to align what's happening with what our expectations are. And that's the way conversations are had. That's the way feedback is given, but we got to have them. It's not good enough for us to just sit behind our computer and, sit there and be frustrated or just say it's Anthony, he's got to fix it. We got to fix it. We got to fix it, guys. You're the CEO of the business, okay? So I've taken all the feedback. We got an issue in the area of the business. We're going to invest. We got an area that we need a better leader. We're going to go out and find a better leader. Like that's the name of the game, okay? It's not a matter of being reactive. It's a matter of being proactive. You can sit there and be reactive and just sit on the sidelines and watch your issues become, bigger issues by not addressing them. Or you can attack. You can be on offense. You can put your CEO hat on every single day and understand I got to have these conversations. So my mindset from what I've learned here at UMortgage is when there's a problem, it's not going to get better unless I do something about it. And if I wait a day or if I wait a week or if I wait a month to address it, to give feedback, to start planning, to start having conversations about it, like I'm just delaying the inevitable. I'm creating a mechanism where people are going to become more frustrated. I'm going to lose, valuable time with my clients, valuable time with my team members. I'm going to potentially hold my business back. So I'm going to take that action. So, my call to action here on this one is you're the CEO of your business. Whatever those things that are getting in the way of your success, getting in the way of you maximizing your time in front of clients, maximizing your time in front of relationships, maximizing your growth, we've got to remove those things. And it starts by having conversations, identifying solutions, and attacking them every single day. So on that note, I want to talk about today's imperatives in today's mortgage landscape webinar hosted by Salesforce. I shared a note internally with everybody. This is a big one. So, right now, Salesforce, one of the biggest technology companies in the world. They've got every major mortgage company you can name is a client of Salesforce. This is literally the premier platform. And, they reached out to us a couple of weeks ago and said, hey, listen, right now we're talking to a lot of our clients. They're struggling, market shrinking. They're pulling back on their investments in technology. They're pulling back on their investments in the future. And we'd really like to feature UMortgage, you on behalf of UMortgage, to talk about your success, talk about the investments that you're making and that you've made and why you've been able to grow by 300% year over year in a shrinking market, why you plan on growing by another 300% over the next 6 to 9 months, and why you have that level of investment and long-term focus in your business. So, of all the mortgage companies and all the companies for them to feature, they're featuring us, and we're communicating to the rest of the industry as this is how it's done. And the truth of the matter is technology is second, culture and people are first. You got to focus on the culture and the people, and then you identify your technology. You got to build the processes. You got to create develop the leaders. You got to develop the team members. You got to figure out what your client experience is going to be, and then you build the technology to make everybody's lives easier, to make sure that there's alignment, that all the stakeholders, all the individual contributors believe in the value of the tech. And that's exactly what we're doing here as a part of our technology roadmap. But that's what we're going to focus on. So it's a great opportunity for our company to be featured. It's a great opportunity for us to be proud of all of the hard work every single person in the company has done, from the people that are no longer even with the company that were with us at the beginning, to our operations people, our recruiting people, our HR people, compliance people. Like, everybody played a role in getting UMortgage to where it's at. Everybody played a role in us having the growth that we have, that we're the outlier in the industry, and we're outgrowing the market today. So kudos to everybody here, but just this is a celebration of our success, but also a milestone in where we're going. We have much bigger plans. We're going to focus on serving more clients. We're going to focus on getting better every day. And we need all of you to participate in us getting better every single day. So great job. Please make sure you share the materials we're circulating to help drive attendance. And we're looking forward to a great session. So last thing I want to talk about here, I love this quote by David Goggins. This is a big one. I'm going to tell a story about it, and this is really an important one. It's like, we got to normalize discomfort. So, when I did the first event that we had at AIM, I never spoke publicly in front of more than 25 people, in my life up until that point. So we started AIM, and like within a matter of months, it spread like wildfire, and we had tens of thousands of mortgage brokers across the country supporting that organization, supporting us. And, we decided, hey, we're going to do an event in California. We're going to host in Irvine. And in my mind, like, we just started the organization. How many people are going to show up? Maybe, 100 or 200. Next thing you know, there's 600 people there when we get there in Irvine, California, a couple months later. And, I'm sitting there. I've never spoken for more than 25 people. I'm nervous, obviously, the first time in front of this many people. And, at the end of the day, one of the things I really loved about that experience was I had to get up and I had to speak. People had come, there was an expectation, and I had to do what I needed to do. And regardless of how I did that day or how uncomfortable I was, I put myself in a position where I grew, I got better, and I became excited for the next opportunity to speak in front of people, to get better from my previous experience, to learn from the mistakes I made in the first time. So, same thing with us. We have to put ourselves in a position to be uncomfortable. We have to normalize this behavior. I've talked about, some of the things we've done from a weekend warrior perspective, some of the, doing a webinar today in front of a whole different audience for Salesforce. Like, you got to put yourself in different situations and circumstances. And it's not going to be, you're not going to knock it out of the park every time, guys. I can tell you there was a time when, Nicole Peranio, when we were starting AIM, where I was doing videos, she'll tell you to this day, like, it would take us hours to do a 2-minute video. The amount of times I would say, we got to re-record it. It was horrible. I just couldn't put it together. She would sit there with all the patience, positive energy, support me, and get me to the point where eventually we got it down from hours to an hour, and 30 minutes, all for 2 minutes of content. But it took the perseverance. It took the persistency. It took the going through it to get better and to eventually, be in a situation where we can do it on demand. And that's what we have to go through. We have to get back to the basics. We have to do what it takes to win. It takes what it takes to win: open houses, one-on-one meetings, presentations, cold calling. It all matters. It's all part of what we do. No one is above it, including myself. And we have to normalize the discomfort. So I'm challenging all of you. Last weekend, we had 20 people come out for Weekend Warriors. We got to do better. We can have 40, 50, 60, whatever the number is, we're going to get better this week. More of us are going to do it. And guess what? I just saw Nicole. She had a meeting with somebody today from the real estate agent that she met at open house. I've had multiple LOs. Tyler Hodgson reached out to me, said he got 2 referrals from agents from open house. Like, that's the game. We're going to outwork everybody. We're going to go on offense. And the truth of the matter is, today's loss leaders, the people that are investing in their business, doing the work, the people that are normalizing discomfort, will be tomorrow's market leaders. In the last 2 years, 80,000 loan officers have left the mortgage industry. 40% of the loan officers in the industry have left. This is an opportunity, and I wake up every day enthusiastic about this opportunity. So should you. Market share is up for grabs. Are you going to take it, or is somebody else going to take it? It's an unbelievable opportunity. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and every single day counts. Every interaction counts, and it's up to you whether you seize that opportunity, capitalize on the market share, and go out there and lead your market. So I'm going to hand it off to Justin Allen, dominate, and see you guys back soon.
Hey, Justin Allen here with Ohio Valley Mortgage. Wanted to talk to you today about the importance of tracking and how it can drive a successful business. Why tracking? It can help really achieve the results you're looking for in both your business and even outside of your business. So since day one in the business that I've been, a part of this business for 7 years, it's been ingrained into me that we have to track everything that we do, whether it's, leads. These are just a few examples of some things, but not all things that we do track that are important for the success of our business. So lead tracking, tracking where different leads come from, what percent of leads turn into closed business from different sources, the percentage of leads that turn into apps, et cetera, number of pre-approvals we have at any one point in time, who are our top 40 agents, who sends us the most business, number of calls we make, number of talk tos that we have, so the actual number of people that we talk to on a daily basis, whether it's clients, referral partners, et cetera, or anyone else that can help generate business. A number of events we attend to have, us stay top of mind. A number of face-to-face meetings we have, break breads, et cetera. So those are just, again, a few of the different things that we track on a daily basis up front with upfront sales activities that help, in our opinion, achieve the long-term success of our business. So this also really allows us to identify where we need to spend more time, what are our areas of opportunity, what are our strengths, each of which are crucial to accomplishing our goals, driving a successful business. So when it comes to tracking in terms of goals themselves and goal setting, tracking is a big, big piece of that. So an example, if you set a big picture goal of wanting to do 100 closings a year, it's a great goal to have, but if you don't track your business, you really have no idea really how to get there in terms of achieving that goal. So you have to identify, for example, in this example, where your leads come from. How many of those leads turn into an application? How many of those applications turn into a pre-approval? And for example, how many pre-approvals turn into actual closings? So by tracking that, it allows you to break down your big picture goal on a micro level so you can work towards achieving your goals throughout each day, each week, each month, each year. This will also tell you in this example, do we have enough leads to meet that goal? Do we need to go out and find different sources of leads, or do we have enough leads and need to focus on converting more of those leads into closings? So it really allows you to be in a position to identify, when it comes to goals, what your goals are and how to break that down on a micro level. And again, it all comes down to tracking. So far I've talked a lot about tracking when it comes to upfront sales activities. When we do get loans that generate an active pipeline, we track every single aspect of that as well. Whether we have the appraisal one, whether we have, the intro email or intro video sent to or the listing agent, the buying agent, et cetera. That really allows us to be efficient within our day-to-day operations within our team. And then it allows us to, again, identify any areas of opportunity, strengths, weaknesses that allow us to help achieve an excellent, service for everyone involved throughout the entire process and to really help everyone get better every single day. So my call to action would be a few things. One, I have written down, it's not a great visual, it's not a perfect circle, but it's a circle. I got this from Chad Curtin, so shout out to Chad Curtin for giving this to me earlier on in the process, but it's what I call the wheel of life. You Google the wheel of life, you can really build this for different aspects of your life, different aspects of your business. But if you look here, it allows you to really generate really easily areas of opportunity that you need to, focus on. So, you have the perfect circle. These are different things that I have written down that I need to focus on. So it shows me very quickly where my wheel of life is not in balance and allows me to focus more efforts on that. So that's one call to action I have. The last call to action, very simply, I've talked about it for the last 3 to 5 minutes here, is just tracking. Develop a tracking system that works well for you. Track, whether it's number of calls, leads, track everything that you do that helps generate business for you. And that's going to identify any areas of opportunity, strengths, weaknesses that you have, and it's going to allow you to achieve your big picture goals moving forward. Have a great day and a great rest of the week.
What is up, my UMortgage friends? It's me, Sean Grapevine, Director of Agent Direct, coming at you live from our studio here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm excited to talk to you guys today about calls. If you know anything about Agent Direct, you can really distill down what we do into one thing. We create relationships with real estate agents in our area to establish relationships, establish referral partner relationships, and hopefully get some transactions. All about relationships, and then hopefully some transactions. And the way we do that is by reaching out to agents. The way we reach out to them first is always via phone. We love to be in person with them. We love to do networking events with them. We love to text with them and send them physical things. But the first way we reach out to them is by phone. And so we've made, over 20,000 phone calls from our division over the last 6 months. And I'm going to share with you guys the secret of how to have a successful phone conversation with somebody. They might be thinking it's what you say. Well, that's not really that important. It might be that you're thinking it's when you call. Well, that's not that important either. The most important part of having a phone conversation is picking up the phone and actually dialing. So one of the things that a lot of people do is they don't prioritize their outreach. They don't set aside a specific time for it, and they procrastinate it. So what we do in Agent Direct is we have what we call dialed in. It's a power hour. That's actually 90 minutes because everything we do in Agent Direct is extra. And everybody hops on Teams. We have our microphones off and our cameras on, and we just sit there silently. Well, silently together, dialing, sharing our wins, sharing our losses, and cracking jokes in the chat. And it really helps with accountability to do it at the same time every day, do it with the same people every day, and to have people call you out if you've missed a number of them during the week. So even if you're not in Agent Direct, then what I would do is find some accountability buddies, people in your coaching group, get together, establish a time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday through Friday, and put some time on the board to make some dials. You want to prepare for who you're going to call ahead of time, and you want to kind of have a theme of the day. It can be the same theme with everybody. And what we found is that just 1 hour of dialing, you can call 25 to 50 people in your area, and that is going to be outworking. Just one day of that is outworking your entire competition in your area. I promise you. If you do that 5 days a week, 3 days a week, you're going to be outworking your competition by 10, 15, 20, 30 to 1. It's insane. The number of conversations you get to have with people who might be interested in working with you is huge. Now, what is the opening for these calls? What do you say, right? Like, what are you going to say? I like to take a very much account executive approach to our calls. This is what I recommend our loan officers do. And the reason we're able to do that is because we have what agents need. Agents, products are great, turn times are great, rates are great, but what we really have is people who care deeply for clients. That's what real estate agents want. They want people who care deeply for their pipeline and for their clients. What are real estate agents worried about? Whether the deal is going to close. What are they worried about? Whether it's going to close on time. What are they worried about? Whether or not their loan officer is going to respond. You can, as a result of being a loan officer at a place as great as UMortgage, you can reassure them that that's going to happen. So we just reach out. We tell them, it's great to meet them. We're not selling anything on the first call. We're not trying to get a referral on the first call. We're not even necessarily trying to get a meeting on the first call. We just want them to associate us with, cool, calm, collected, professional people that reach out every 10 or 11 days and check in on them, see what they need, how we can help them build their business. You really just want to be that account executive the way that some of our account executives from our wholesale lenders call us, check in, see if there's anything. Have they heard about the DPA program? Have they heard about the OTC loan? Have they heard about 1% down? Have they heard about our jumbo offering? Really make sure that we are establishing ourselves as experts and establishing ourselves as available to aid them, to make sure that none of their deals fall out, to make sure that none of their clients feel left out, and that we are partnering with them to help them build their business, and that we are going to be there picking up the phone, always responding quickly, and always responding helpfully whenever they need us. So that's the goal of these calls, right? We want to inspire confidence. We want to inspire authority. We want to inspire expertise. You don't call and say, hey, do you have anybody for me? We're not begging for them. We are actually have what people want. Like, we are in the perfect place in the market. We have a crazy product optionality. We have incredible rates. We have incredible turn times. And we have the best part, you and me, people who respond quickly and care way too much about their jobs, care way too much about their clients, and care way too much about their relationships to ever let anything slip through the cracks. How do you all right, so it doesn't, me telling you all this isn't going to convince you to do it every day and every week though. Level up, being in a coaching group and having peers that hold you accountable is going to be huge for that. And we are lucky enough to have Sam Abazari be the director of coaching here at UMortgage. Incredible asset to Agent Direct, incredible asset outside of Agent Direct. And I just never have to worry about whether our loan officers know what to say, know how to respond, or, whether or not they're going to have the right attitude, because he really is able to distill it and distribute that to LOs everywhere. So tune in later today for Sam Abazari. He will be hosting the Daily Sales Huddle. He's going to be giving more tips and tricks about making the most of your calls. And don't take it from me. Go attend, go listen, reach out to him. He's such an incredible resource. Can't wait to see you guys on the Daily Sales Huddle.
Hey team, Hussein Elatat, your newest VP of Operations here. First off, just want to thank you guys for having me on. It's my first weekly sales meeting, and I know it's not going to be my last, but I look forward to working with all of you. So a few things I want to talk about when it comes to operations. Loan quality. So quality over quantity and speed. Now, why are we focusing on quality? Why is this important? Because when we focus on loan quality and we ensure that these loans are clean and moving smoothly, it's going to create a consistent customer experience. We're going to make sure that the loans are closing and that they're closing on time, which is going to mean more referrals for you guys and more business for all of us. So quality is going to be our focus. Now, communication, another thing I want to talk about when it comes to operations. Now, for you guys, ABC, you probably heard that term, always be closing. For us, it means always be communicating. And that's something that we're focusing on as well. We want to make sure that we're always communicating with our borrowers. We are touching the files every other day. So all processors are going to be reaching out to the borrower, giving them an update. Now, you guys know better than anybody else, this is the biggest transaction of their life. For some of them, it's going to be the first and their only house that they'll ever buy, and it's constantly running in their mind, thinking about their loan and how things are going. So we're going to make sure we put them at ease and make sure we reach out to them every few days. Now, another thing that we're doing is going to be those Loon videos. Processors are sending out Loon videos to introduce themselves. That's going to put a face to the name. So they're not just hearing a voice at the other end of a phone call. They're actually seeing a real human being processing their files. So when it comes to communication for you guys and operations and how best to communicate with them, focus on the relationship. You guys build great relationships with your realtors, no difference with your operations team members. Get to know your processors on a personal level. Take pride in working with them and fostering that relationship just like you do with your realtors, and I promise they'll work harder for you. Now, call to action for you guys is going to be the Daily Sales Huddle on Tuesdays. On Tuesday specifically, it's going to be operations focused. So tune in for best practices. We're going to talk about talk about things when it comes to how to communicate better with operations, changes that we might make in operations, and then we're also going to throw in some underwriting scenarios at you guys. Maybe show you how to calculate some weird variable incomes. So a lot of great stuff coming. Tune in, but I'll see you guys next time.
Hi, I'm Nash Paradise, Director of Sales for UMortgage out of North Texas. Today I want to talk a little bit about the biggest reasons that we find that people are shopping and some ways to approach this topic. First, affordability is everything right now. That is everything for homeowners, and affordability means different things to different people. A lot of people think lower interest rate means more affordability, but they're not really putting that into how does this impact my buying power? If I come in and I've got a payment of $2,000 a month, what does that mean? Most borrowers have no idea. We want to address rate shoppers and their comfort at the very first part of the call. First thing we have to do is establish trust. And we can't establish trust unless we know their why. We have to have that vision call. We need to understand what their ideal monthly payment is. What is their stretch goal? How is it going to impact them in the next 2, 3, 5+ years? Once we've established that, then it's incredibly important to go over exactly how our rate structure, how interest rates on 30-year mortgages or whatever kind of product we're selecting is going to impact them. We know we're in a unique market right now, and that means that not every solution is going to be the same for every borrower. In fact, in most cases, all of our projections, most expert opinions have interest rates dropping seriously over the next 12 to 18 months. We have to take that into account, and we can't just sell someone the lowest interest rate we have available with the highest cost. It's not going to make the most sense. So I'm spending a lot of time up front establishing this why, knowing that we're planning on a future refinance, knowing that we can't get into a situation right now that isn't going to be affordable and save it later with a refi. It has to make sense on both sides, but When you take the time to truly go over and make sure that you've got that buy-in from your clients, you're not selling apples to apples. It's not one rate versus someone else's rate. You've established a private, curated solution just for their situation. With that said, we have to maintain that contact. Rates are changing all the time. And if we just issue an approval letter with an interest rate on it, we have this discussion up front, it could take 2 months before someone gets under contract. Chances are high that we lose that borrower. We have to have a way to get them sticky. And with me, that's done on approval letters. We do not issue a generic approval letter. We do an approval email. It goes over goals. It goes over our range. It goes over what's important to them, and we share it with their agent. That way they know exactly what we're doing together. When that borrower's interested in the house, they're going to come back to my team. We're going to run real numbers on it, pull the actual property taxes, get an insurance quote. That number is going to mean everything to them. That number is much more important than the rate. But we're able to then have that discussion, let them know what has been going on in the rate market, and reiterate that we are structuring a solution just for them. You have to have that trust, though. When you have that trust, we're worth more than the numbers on the APR. And that's why it's critical to build this the right way, so that way what we recommend for a client is what makes the most sense. Do you want to learn more about other action items that you can do to win in this market? Be sure to tune into the Daily Sales Huddle every day at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you again. Have an awesome day.
Thank you very much, Nash. We appreciate you and truly great message. Long-term focus. Today's purchases are going to be tomorrow's refinances. Great client experience is going to result in not only refis for that customer in the future, but referrals from their friends and families. And we truly are building our future pipeline with these great experiences. So thank you. We appreciate you very much. A couple things here before we wrap up. I'm going to hit on a very special and bittersweet goodbye for Kayla Lopez, our SVP of Strategy. Kayla has been with us since we were just, a very small infant group of people here building the business, a dozen people. She's, helped everything under the sun. She's been really involved in any area of the business, a total utility player, a total servant leader, and always focused on the people, always focused on how she can add value to our customers, our team members, our loan officers, and our business, and certainly our leaders too. So, I want to say very much thank you, Kayla, for everything you've done to help us get to this point. Thank you for everything you've done to support our team members, our leaders, myself. I can tell you there's been plenty of times where Kayla had to rein me in to keep us on track. So we appreciate you very much. We know you're going to continue to grow, get better, and we'll be rooting you on for a very, very long time. And you'll always have a home here at UMortgage. So thank you, and we appreciate you. Last thing I'm going to hit on here, I want to talk about our Weekend Warriors efforts. So last week, we did a daily sales huddle where we kind of went over how to set yourself up to be efficient and effective doing open houses during the weekend. And we rolled that out, and we had about 20 some odd of our loan originators and leaders go out in their markets and really do an amazing job showing the rest of the company, showing their markets how to win, how to be successful with going to open houses. Relationships are built. There was not one person that sat there and told me, hey, listen, this was not a good investment of time. We had great conversations, people that are actually out there hustling in their business. There's a lot of real estate agents leaving the industry. There's a lot of loan officers leaving the industry. When you go to an open house and somebody's there on a weekend, they're committed to the grind. They're committed to the business. They're growing, they're building, they're focused. And that's what we want. We want to align with like-minded people that want to win, that want to help us win, and want to do it together as a team. So great effort. We got to do better. We got 300 plus loan originators. We had 20 some odd people go out last weekend. This weekend, I'm going out, myself, Nicole, Corey, we're going to go out and we're going to attack the local market. And believe me, I'm already hearing from local loan originators. The top local loan originators tell me, hey, listen, we're seeing you guys out there. I thought you weren't going to get into the local market. Yeah, we're not. We want all the loans. We talked about it. We're coming for everything. So, we're building those relationships. We're leading by example. We're bringing the positive energy. And remember what we talked about earlier. We're the CEO of our business, okay? We're not sitting there, with anything too good for us. We're going to these conversations. It doesn't matter if it's a brand new real estate agent. It doesn't matter if it's a real estate agent that's poo-pooing us and, not giving us the time of day. We're going to be the bigger person. We're going to focus on having the conversation, adding value, and showing people the way that we do business, the way that we focus on our values, the way that we live, creating life-changing opportunities through homeownership. So I'm challenging everybody again this week. Let's go out and do it as a team. We had 20 some odd people do it last week. Let's get to 30. Let's get to 40. I know we've got other priorities, but it's a great investment of time. The ROI will be huge. And just like Sean Grapevine said, the biggest thing that people have a challenge with is execution. Execution is everything. So we've got the plan. We can help you prepare, but you got to execute. You got to pick up the phone and make the dials. You got to go to the open houses and succeed. So that's the game plan. We're here. We're coming into the end of August. Okay. There's a lot of people that are already mentally giving up. There's a lot of people that are looking at what rates are doing, and they're sitting there saying, like, I don't want anything to do with this. That's the opportunity. So my challenge to you guys is, I'm telling you right now, I'm going after it. We're going to go after it as a team. We're going to win together as a team, but we got to execute and we got to do our part, and everybody plays a role in helping us get better every day. So have a great rest of the day. Talk to you soon.